He was a sweet little boy who I think would have contributed so much to society, and yet he was cut down at 7.
John Allen Kenny was a victim of his own backyard, his mother says. Doctors in the late 70s said the 7-year-old boy died from kidney disease. Luella Kenny always thought there was something more.
It turned out that the chemicals had been coming down the storm sewers and emptying out into the backyard where the children played.
That backyard, she says, made her son sick. The Kennys lived on 96th Street in Niagara Falls, the Love Canal neighborhood. Years before they moved in, Hooker Chemical dumped 22,000 tons of toxic waste in the canal.
You're talking volatile organic compounds, dioxins, there's a lot of pesticide products. Hooker Chemical was using this site as a permanent landfill to deposit drums and lab packs.
It was black, it was a deep black with like blue and purple colors that kind of ran through it.
Patricia Grenzy used to play near the dump site.
If you dropped something in that, it bubbled up and then disappeared, so we called it quicksand.
By the late 1970s, the toxic chemicals Grenzy and her friends were mesmerized by started getting national attention. People were getting sick. Residents wanted answers.
Our little Julie was stillborn.
At one point, then the head of the Love Canal Homeowners Association, Lois Gibbs, wouldn't let an EPA representative leave her office without action from the federal government.
I was asked to come out to talk with a group of citizens about their medical test results.
Now you've been taken hostage.
That's correct.
Once quiet housewives became members of an organized army.
Would you please tell me, do I let my 3-year-old stay?
I don't know if I'll be able to grow up to be a normal man.
And people were burning their deeds and their, mortgages, and it was like a movie scene.
In 1978, President Carter declared Love Canal a federal health emergency. Eventually, the neighborhood was evacuated and there was a federal buyout. Many families, including the Kennys and the Grenzys, settled with the chemical company out of court after spending months living in motels. This is the Love Canal neighborhood now. 70 acres of emptiness. A school and 239 homes were demolished. It's an emotional graveyard for Luella Kenny, seen here at the site in the 80s.
We took every precaution. I mean, we wouldn't let him go swimming. We wouldn't let him do all of these things. But we did not know about chemicals.
After John died, she joined the fight alongside other mothers, demanding justice.
I really never had a chance to grieve because all of a sudden I was thrust into this whole arena of trying to get out of Love Canal, trying to protect the rest of my family.
They did get out of Love Canal, but closure never came, and the settlement did little to comfort Kenny.
We have over 100 monitoring wells, not only on the site and off the site in the community.
According to the EPA, the toxic waste is now capped and contained.
You don't believe that?
No.
Grenzy and her family are battling long-term illnesses she's convinced are courtesy of the Love Canal. No doctor has ever confirmed so with certainty. Right across from the toxic wasteland is a neighborhood, Black Creek. What would you say to those families who don't buy that this is capped and contained?
Well, everything that we do at the agency is based on science. Our monitoring continues to show us today that the remedy is in place and continues to be protective of human health and the environment.
40 years after a sitting president admitted this place was toxic, Luella Kenny, now in her 80s, says she's not done fighting.
I thought, well, maybe it's time to stop, but I can't do it. I can't bring John back, that's for sure. But I worry about all the other children.